and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing my October TBR, and even though it may sound a bit early, I'm still in the middle of The Wall of Storms by Ken Liu, and I don't have that much of an update to do. I mean, I do have things to say about this book that is brilliant, by the way, but I'll be keeping that for my next weekly update. That will be next week, because this means I will have finished this book by then and I will be able to give you my full thought about this one. So in the meantime, I thought this was a good time to do my October TBR instead. So I have several reading plans for this month. That's a bit ambitious. I'm gonna try to read as much as I can, but they are 4 massive books. So I'm not sure yet in what order I'm gonna read these books, but one thing is sure is that I will be reading book 3 of the Dandelion Dynasty. That's for sure. Or maybe, I don't know, you will see. It's a bit of a difficult challenge because there are so many books I want to read, but I mean, I could wait until November to read book 3 just to prioritize other series that I want to get into, or just books that I want to read. So this is a maybe, because if it's a kind of cliffhanger and I just want to read book 3 right away, I will pick up book 3. But if not, I might just wait for November, because all the books that I want to read are also very intriguing. I really want to get to them. So first book I want to read, and that's for sure in October, and it's a reread. It's The Wheel of Time, book 1, The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. So as you might observe here, it's a book that I have really enjoyed, and if you have seen my first video, my introduction video, I present my favorites fantasy books. So this one is part of it, and I mean the whole series obviously, and I really want to reread all the series. And what I'm gonna do is to actually step on my own steps again. What I mean is that I just want to really reread these books around the same time as I did for my first read, and I started book 1 in October 6th, 2019, and I at the time did a reading vlog. I did a reading vlog for all the books, and now I'm taking that and I'm like, okay, I started book 1 October 6th, and I'm gonna do the same thing again for this year. So I'll be starting this one first week of October, and I will be reading it up to 24th of October. I think that's pretty much the time it took me to read book 1. And then for book 2, I think I have to check, but I think I started book 2 around November, end of November, start of December. So I'll be reading book 2 at that same time as I did in 2019. You see what I want to do? I really want to read the book at the same time as I did a few years ago, just to feel the nostalgia of walking in my own footsteps. So I'm really looking forward for this second read, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna enjoy it anyway, but that's just the beginning of everything, and I cannot wait to just see all the foreshadowing and everything now that I have read the series, so yay! Next up is a book that is again massive. I'll try to get as soon as possible to this one because there's a read-along currently, and I wanted to participate, but I thought it would start around 1st of October, and actually it has started already, so I'm late, so I need to catch up. And this book is The Curse of the Mist Wraith by Jenny Wirtz, the first book in the Wars of Light and Shadow series. I think there's 10 books out for now, and the 11th is like soon to be published, and I'm really looking forward for this one. As you may have guessed, I love very long series. The more the better, so I'm really excited for this one. I have started it already a few months ago, like at the beginning of the year 2022, and I went up to 60 pages. It was good, really enjoyed the writing, but I think I was just a bit confused because there was a lot of elements that I think I didn't get right, like there's portals, magic, and at some point I was just a bit lost. And I'm so happy to be part of this read-along. I will link the read-along in the description down below. I think there's several people hosting it. I'll put the main tweets that I've seen in the description if you want to join. I think you would be welcome anyway. I'm glad to have people to discuss with about this book, so they can help me if I don't understand something, if I'm not sure. And I know there's veterans that have read I mean, all the books that are out yet. That's a good point, a good opportunity to read these series right now, and I'm really looking forward for the rest of the series as well, because I think it's one book a month, so I really need to catch up with this one as soon as possible. So the last book I want to read in October, and it's not sure for now if this is gonna be the one that will be selected for my buddy read on my Discord. You can join if you want. We mainly speak French, but I mean, everybody can kind of understand and speak English, so if you want to join, you're welcome. So we have a buddy read for each month, and it's still being voted, so that might be this one or another one that I will present right after, but it will either be The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett, that is more than 1,000 pages, so that's gonna be a really ambitious month. Not sure I'm gonna be able to read all of this, so that's why book 3 of the Dandelion Dynasty might just get postponed to November. We'll see how it goes, but I'm really intrigued by this one, because from what I've heard, it's a classic and it's one of my mother's favorite books, so I kind of want to see why this is so beloved. And I just love historical fiction, and I don't read as much as I want of historical fiction because I'm just overwhelmed by fantasy, but I'm really intrigued by this one. I think you're just following the building of a cathedral, and that's something huge, and I guess there's a lot of intrigues and stuff going on around this ambitious project. And the other book that might just replace this one is Fire and Blood by J.R.R. Martin, and I really want to read Fire and Blood at some point, because as I said in my last video, I've read the first book in A Song of Ice and Fire series, and I want to read book 2, but I've read 100 pages and just kind of put it aside, and now I don't remember. And I also want to reread book 1, but I'm just too lazy, so I feel like if I read Fire and Blood, it will give me the motivation necessary to pick up book 1 again, reread it, and then read book 2 and continue with this series with a better motivation than if I just pick it up right now and don't remember a thing. So it might either be this one or Fire and Blood. This is still to be determined. I'll keep you up to date anyway in my next weekly reading update. And that's it for my October TBR. Now you can say that I'm overambitious. Anyway, I'm just too excited with all my future readings. I'm just in a very good reading month, and I hope that October will be the same. I'm finally having a bit of free time to read, and October will be mostly the same because I didn't told you that, but in September I ended my internship as a game designer, and now I have a bit of like a month or two to just do whatever I want. That's also why I started this channel, it's because I have time to film. So just hoping to get as much as I can reading wise in October, and we'll see if I find a job. Nah, not a big fan of that, but you know, you have to do what you have to do anyway. I hope you have also a good reading month and that your plans for October's are great. Let me know in the comments what you're planning to read during this fall season. You can follow me on my social media, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!